Welcome everyone to this week's All Levels Flow. My name is Vanessa. My pronouns are she, her. If you'd like to use the playlist that I've created for today's class, feel free to use any of the links that I've provided. There's one for either Spotify, Apple Music, or TIDAL, regardless which streaming service you'd like to use. Keep it handy. I'll let you know when to press play. And then today we're actually going to start it lying on our backs. So go ahead and press play on your playlist if you're deciding to use it, and then find the space that best serves you to start in. So once you've made it to your back, feel free to have your legs extended if that feels better for you. Maybe if you'd like to get more into your hips, feel free to bring your feet together and knees out wide for Supta Parakanasa. Or if you'd like to get more into your lower back, you can bring your feet to the outer edges of your mat and let your knees knock in. Option to bring your hands by your sides, palms facing up if you feel like you need a little bit more openness today, or if you need more grounding, like your thoughts are all over the place and you just need something to like recenter yourself, feel free to bring one hand to your heart and one hand to your belly. Once you've made it to your starting posture of the day, option to close your eyes if you feel safe doing so. Take a big breath in, fill up your belly, feel your ribs expand, feel your chest rise. Big mouth exhale, let it all go. Again, let's take a big breath in and an equally big breath out. And just give yourself these next few moments to just arrive on your mat. Maybe letting go of your day, your morning, your week, any to-do lists or expectations that's waiting for you once you leave this space. And allow yourself to be nowhere else but just here within the four corners of your mat. And as you start to let each of your thoughts go, draw your focus inward towards your breath. Really make that mindful connection. What does it sound like? What does it feel like? Its strength, its rhythm, its frequency. And once you've made that connection, begin to lengthen your inhales and exhales. Taking a big belly breath in every time you inhale. And as you exhale, just allow yourself to grow heavy. You want to keep this connection to your breath throughout the entire practice. Whether you meet challenges, whether it's a strength-based pose or a really deep stretch that brings up a lot of sensations, you want to meet all of those challenges and sensations with this breath. So if at any point in practice you notice that you're starting to lose it, feel free to take a rest, take a break, remake that connection, and then pick up where you left off. And once you start to ride the wave of your breath, start to notice where you can begin to let go physically. Scanning your body from head to toe, starting with your facial features and working down to your hips, knees, and ankles. And wherever you may notice points of tightness and tension, regardless of whether they're familiar or new, send your breath there. Allow your inhales and exhales to just melt away and soften all of those points. And just a gentle reminder here that this is your yoga practice, no matter how often or infrequent you practice. So please move in ways that honor and serve you in body and in mind. So if that means you need to take rest or scale back or modify, please do so without shame. And if that means that you want to add on and push and discover your edge, feel free to go there. Remembering that every time you roll out your mat, the way your practice looks and feels is absolutely going to be different. So please just meet your body where it's at today, not where it was yesterday or not where you would like it to be tomorrow. The only thing that matters is right now. Let's take one more big deep breath in. Big mouth exhale, let it all go. And then from here, if your eyes were closed, gently blink them open. And then just hug your knees in towards your chest. Give yourself a tight squeeze, show yourself a little bit of love. Maybe create some small circles on your lower back, giving your side joint a little massage. And then from here, either tee out your arms to either side of your mat, or if you're in a tight space, feel free to goal post your arms. Take a big breath in with your knees at center. And as you exhale, gently let your knees fall to the left. Roll your right shoulder back to stay open through your chest. Inhale through center. Exhale, let your knees fall to the right. And start to move back and forth on your own breath. With each inhale, come through center. With each exhale, twist. Being really gentle with these first few twists, so just take it as a time to check in, like how do your lower back feel, your shoulders, your hips, your hip flexors. And the next time your knees come through center, pause. And from here, we're going to take a supine spinal twist. So keep your right knee hugged in, extend through your left leg, and then gently guide your right knee up and over to the left. Roll your right shoulder back to stay open through your chest. Never forcing a stress, especially this early in practice. So please just let gravity do all the work for you. Full breath in. Full breath out. Gently come through center, hug both knees in towards your chest just to reset your pelvis. And we'll take that to the other side. So keep your left knee hugged in, extend through your right leg, and then guide your left knee up and over to the right. You might notice some either subtle or drastic differences between right and left sides, and that's okay. Just notice them, don't judge them, remembering that you have a dominant and non-dominant side, so things may be different from one side to the other, and that's okay. Big breath in. This time as you exhale, we're going to come through center, but keep your left knee hugged in towards your chest. Now from here, start to engage through your belly. So think about drawing your belly button to spine and then pressing your lower back into your mat. And then lift your head and shoulders off the mat. Try to keep your head and neck a little bit as relaxed as you can, and then roll your shoulders away from your ears so you're really using the strength of your upper core to create this lift. And you can stay here if this is enough, or if you'd like to add on, maybe hover your right leg off the mat. Take a big breath in. As you exhale, we'll switch sides. So hug your right knee and extend your left leg. Again, same options apply. You can keep your left leg hovering or maybe bring it down to the mat, whatever feels better for you. Big breath in. Exhale, switch. And we'll just take a few switches from right and left sides. Keeping that engagement of your core, pressing your lower back into the mat. Few more each way. And the next time your left knee is hugged in, pause here. We're going to keep the shape of our legs, but take your hands and release them behind your head. Take a big breath in. As you exhale, twist to the left. Inhale through center. Exhale, twist to the right as you extend your left leg. And again, we'll start to move back and forth on your own breath. Again, just like we did with the alternating switches, feel free to plant your extended leg if that feels better for you. Try to keep your elbows nice and wide, head and neck as relaxed as possible, and really use the strength of your obliques to create this twist. We'll take a couple more each way. And the next time you twist to the left, pause. Hold here. Again, feel free to keep your right leg hovering or planted, or if you'd like to add on rather than just keep the hold, keep the shape of your legs. As you inhale, unwind your torso. Exhale, lift and twist to the left. Inhale, unwind. Exhale, lift and twist. We'll take one more. And then everyone together, whether you took the hold or the twist, come through center. And then we'll twist to the right in same options. Either keep the hold or take those twists. Inhale, unwind. Exhale, lift and twist. Inhale, unwind. Exhale, twist. One more. Pause in your twist. Big breath in. Exhale, gently unwind. Hug your knees in toward your chest. Give yourself a tight squeeze. Take a big breath in, and then as you exhale, make your way to tabletop. Hands and knees. So once you've made it to your table, stack your wrists underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. From here, on your next inhale, we'll take a big open twist to the left, so send your left fingertips up towards the sky. As you exhale, thread your left arm underneath your right. Inhale, open up to the left. Exhale, thread it through. One more time. Inhale, open up. Exhale, thread it through and rest. Bring your head and shoulder down to the mat. Gently press your left shoulder into the mat until you start to feel your shoulder blade start to open up a little bit here. And feel free to keep your right hand in front of your face, or maybe walk it forward by extending your right arm and pressing into your right hand to deepen that stretch, or maybe even wrap it behind your back. Full breath in, full breath out. One more inhale. As you exhale, if your right hand was anywhere, plant it back in front of your face. As you inhale, open up to the left. Exhale will come into bird dog. So send your left fingertips forward, kick your right foot back behind you. Take a few seconds here to find your stability. If balance isn't really on your side today, feel free to bring either your fingertips down or maybe your toes down. Regardless, draw your belly button to spine to engage through your belly. Actively reach forward with your left fingertips and then think about pushing back through your right heel to engage your right glute. We're here for the inhale. As you exhale, knee to elbow, curl in tight. Inhale, extend. Exhale, knee to elbow. We'll take 3 more rounds on your own breath. Last 2. 1 more each way. Inhale, extend. Pause here in your bird dog. Stay here for the exhale. We're here for 5, 4, 3, 2. Take a big breath in. Exhale, we'll come back to tabletop. From your table, we'll take a round of cat-cow. So as you inhale, drop your belly, look up. Exhale, curl everything in. Tuck your chin, tuck your tailbone. Inhale, drop your belly, look up. Exhale, curl everything in. And feel free to move on your own breath. You can stay in between these 2 places or move in ways that feel super, super good to you. So if that means maybe adding some side-to-side movements, maybe shifting into your hips. If you type at a computer a lot, maybe flip your hands so that your fingertips are facing your knees to open up your wrists and forearms. Just notice what your body is craving today. Let's take 1 more full round of breath, regardless of where you decided to go. And then we'll meet back in a neutral tabletop. If you flipped your fingertips, feel free to gently flip them back so that they're facing the front of your mat. On your next inhale, we'll take a big open twist to the right. Exhale, thread your right arm underneath your left. Inhale, open up to the right. Exhale, thread it through. 1 more time. Inhale, we open to the right. Exhale, thread it through and rest. Bring your head and shoulder to the mat. And then find the arm variation for your left hand that best serves you. Maybe stays where it is. Maybe you walk it forward. Maybe you wrap it behind your back. Being open to the fact that maybe what you need on this side is different than what you took on the other side, and that's okay. Full breath in. Full breath out. Bring your left hand in front of your face if it was anywhere else. On an inhale, we'll open up to the right. Exhale, bird dog. Send your right fingertips forward. Kick your left foot back behind you. Take those few moments to find your balance and stability here, and then actively reach for opposite sides of the room. Engage through your belly, push back through your left heel. Big breath in. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, extend. Exhale, knee to elbow. Last 3 on your own breath. Just 2 more. Last 1. Inhale, extend, get long. Stay here for the exhale. We're here for 5, 4, 3, 2. Take a big breath in. Exhale, come back to tabletop, and we'll take a second round of cat-cow. Again, feel free to take traditional cat-cow or add any side-to-side movements and little wiggles that feel good to you. We'll just take a few rounds of breath. And then we'll come back to a neutral tabletop. From your table, walk your hands up about a handprint. Spread your fingertips out wide, tuck your toes, and then send your hips up and back for our first down dog of the day. Once you've made it there, feel free to pedal out your feet, bend into your knees, shift into your hips. Just make it feel really good. Take it as a time to check in. Notice how your hamstrings, your shoulders, everything is feeling. And within the next breath or so, let's come into stillness here in our down dog. We'll set up for a strong foundation, so spread your fingertips out wide and think about pressing into the pads of your fingers, especially your thumb and index finger to protect your wrists. If you notice that your wrists get really tired or uncomfortable in down dog, feel free to fold the front of your mat and then bring the heels of your hand to that fold, and then your fingertips are on the floor just to create a little bit more space for your wrists. From here, actively press your chest back towards your thighs, relax your head and neck. And if your hamstrings feel really tight here, feel free to bend your knees just to create more space for yourself and really send your hips up towards the ceiling. Full breath in, full breath out. On your next inhale, we'll shift forward to a high plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, shift forward, high plank. Exhale, down dog. One more time each way. Inhale, shift forward to high plank. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, come up onto your tippy toes and look forward. And as you exhale, we'll just step up to the top of our space. Once you've made it to the top of your mat, we'll take ragdoll. So separate your feet hip distance apart, maybe wider if that's more comfortable for you. Have a generous bend in your knees. Maybe clasp opposite elbows, or if you'd like to get into your neck, feel free to interlace your hands and place them at the base of your skull and just let gravity start to lengthen through your cervical spine. You can stay in stillness or maybe rock from side to side. Maybe close your eyes if you're comfortable doing so. Breathe into your hamstrings and lower back. Full breath in, full breath out. Regardless of where you had your hands, gently release your fingertips down towards your mat. Heel toe your feet together a comfortable distance for you. On an inhale, we'll take a halfway lift. So maybe bring your hands to your shins or maybe your upper thighs. Really think about rolling your shoulders away from your ears. Send your hips to the wall behind you. And if that means you need to have a bend in your knees, feel free to take one. Exhale, forward fold. Let it go. Inhale, root through your feet to rise. Reach all the way up to the ceiling. Exhale, bow forward. Let it go. Inhale, halfway lift. As you exhale, plant your hands and step back to plank. We're going to spend a few breaths here, so feel free to come down to your knees if that'll feel better for you, or maybe come down to your forearms if this is a lot of pressure on your wrists. Whichever variation you decided to take, think about really pressing into your arms like you're trying to dome through your upper back. Engage through your belly, so think belly button to your spine. And then think about tucking your tailbone underneath you, so then that way you lengthen through your lower back and engage your glutes. Full breath in, full breath out. We're in our plank for one more inhale. As you exhale, keep your elbows hugged in tight towards your ribs. Option to stay in your plank or bring your knees down, and we'll lower all the way down to our belly. Once you've made it to your mat, untuck your toes. Inhale, baby cobra. Roll your shoulders back to lift your chest. Exhale, release. Inhale, baby cobra. Keep your elbows hugged in tight towards your ribs, shoulders away from your ears. Exhale, release. One more time. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, we'll send our hips up and back for downward facing dog. Full breath in. Full breath out. On your next inhale, come up onto your tippy toes and look forward. And again, as you exhale, just step up to the top of your space. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, root through your feet to rise. Reach all the way up. Exhale, bow forward. Inhale, halfway lift. As you exhale, we'll take a big step back with our right foot. Keep your right hand planted. Twist to the left. Now, once you've made it here, you can stay here or maybe bring your back knee down if that would feel more comfortable for you. And you can extend your fingertips up towards the sky, or if this is a lot of pressure on your shoulder, maybe bring your hand behind your back. Full breath in. Full breath out. We're here for one more inhale. As you exhale, gently unwind, plant your hands, step back to plank, and then once you've made it to your plank, immediately shift forward onto your tippy toes. And then from here, feel free to come down to your knees. We're gonna slow lower to our belly, so keep your elbows hugged in tight. We'll lower for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Touch everything down. Inhale, baby cobra. Roll your shoulders back to lift your chest. Stay open through your chest, long through your lower back. Exhale, child's pose. Send your hips back towards your heels. As you inhale, come forward. Option for baby cobra or maybe full cobra by extending your arms all the way. If you decided to take full cobra, think about really pressing into your hands. Roll your shoulders away from your ears. Exhale, child's pose. Hips go back. We'll take one more. Inhale, come forward. Option for cobra over your choice, or maybe if you'd like to play with up dog, you extend your arms all the way, press into your hands, and then press into the tops of your feet to hover your knees off the mat. Again, keep your shoulders away from your ears. Stay long through your spine. Exhale, downward facing dog. On your next inhale, send your right leg high. Exhale, open and stretch. Bend your right knee and let your right heel fall towards your butt. You might notice that your right shoulder starts to open up. So really think about rotating your right shoulder back down so your shoulder stays square with your mat. Big breath in. Exhale, take a big step forward with your right foot. Bring your left hand planted, and we'll take a twist to the right. And again, you can stay here or maybe bring your back knee down if that would feel better. Keep your fingertips up towards the sky or maybe wrap it behind your back. Full breath in. Full breath out. We're here for one more inhale. As you exhale, gently unwind and step up to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Sit your hips low, reach high, chair pose. Now from your chair, think about sinking into your hips and shift your weight into your heels, so much so that you could lift up your toes off your mat. Keep that engagement of your belly to protect your lower back. So if you notice your lower back is arched like this, think about tucking your tailbone underneath you. Actively reach for the ceiling, but relax your shoulders away from your ears. And if this is uncomfortable for your shoulders, you can always bring your hands to heart center. Full breath in. Big exhale out. We're here for one more inhale. Exhale, forward fold, let it go. Inhale, halfway lift. This time as you exhale, take a big step back with your left foot. Bring your left knee down, fingertips up towards the sky, low lunge. Again, feel free to bring your hands to heart center if that would feel better. Relax your shoulders away from your ears. Think about pulling your right hip back, left hip forward. Big breath in. As you exhale, we'll take a half split. So you have a couple of options. Maybe bring your fingertips down as you slowly straighten through your front leg. Feel free to keep up bending your knees if that would feel better for you. Or if you'd like to challenge your balance, maybe fly your fingertips behind you. Inhale, rock forward, low lunge. Exhale, half splits. Again, option to bring your fingertips down or send your fingertips behind you. Inhale, rock forward, low lunge. This time as you exhale, we'll take an airplane lunge. So pop your back knee up, lean and reach over your front leg. Keep that engagement of your belly so you kind of stay light instead of dumping the weight of your torso over your front leg. Keep pulling that right hip back, strong through your back leg. Full breath in. As you exhale, keep the lean of your torso, but extend your fingertips overhead. And at any point, if you feel like you need to bring your back knee down, feel free to do so. Full breath in. Exhale, cartwheel open, warrior two. So shimmy around here, find a stance that feels best for you. You want to be wide enough that if you sink into a lunge, your knee does not go over your toe. Make sure your knee stays in line with your ankle. Your back foot should be parallel with the back of your mat. Think about really strong through your back leg and press to the outer edge of your back foot. Think length through your spine, so engage through your belly. Reach for opposite sides of the room. On an inhale, we'll reverse our warrior. Reach up and back with your right fingertips. Exhale, side angle. Right elbow comes to your right knee, or maybe your fingertips come down to your mat. Inhale, reverse, reach up and back. Exhale, side angle. One more time. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, side angle, and pause. We're here for the inhale. We're gonna come into a twist as we exhale. So plant your left hand, rotate so that you're on your back toes, and then we'll open up to the right. Take a full breath in, full breath out. We're here for one more inhale. As you exhale, plant your hands, step back to plank, and then from your plank, shift forward onto your tippy toes. Feel free to stay here or come down to your knees. We're gonna take 5 chaturanga push-ups. So what that means is we'll keep our elbows hugged and tight. Inhale as you lower your chest halfway. Elbows are at 90 degrees. Exhale, press up to your plank. Inhale, lower. Exhale, press up. Let's take 3 more on your own breath. And then from here, we'll make our way to down dog. Option to take up dog if you'd like, maybe lower all the way down and take cobra, whether it's baby cobra or full. And then press yourself back to downward facing dog. Full breath in, full breath out once you've made it to down dog. On your next inhale, send your left leg high. Exhale, open and stretch. Bend your left knee. Let your left heel fall towards your butt. And again, rotate that left shoulder back down if you notice it's opening up to the left. Full breath in. Exhale, take a big step forward with your left foot. Keep your right hand planted. We'll twist to the left. We're here for just the inhale. As you exhale, we're going to come into side angle from here. So bring your left elbow to your left knee. Rotate your back foot down, and then open up to the right. Inhale, reverse your warrior, reach up and back with your left fingertips. Exhale, side angle. Inhale, reverse, reach up and back. Exhale, side angle. One more time, inhale, reverse. This time as you exhale, we'll just pause at center in warrior 2. We're here for the inhale. As you exhale, we'll come into that extended high lunge. So rotate through center, come up onto your back toes, extend your fingertips overhead. Think about pulling your left hip back, right hip forward. Stay low in your lunge. And again, you always have the option of bringing your back knee down if that would feel better for you. Big breath in. Exhale, stay in your lunge, but fly your fingertips behind you. Full inhale. Exhale, bring your back knee down, low lunge. We're in our low lunge for the inhale. Exhale, half splits. Either plant your hands as you slowly straighten your front leg or fly your fingertips behind you. Inhale, rock forward, low lunge. Exhale, sit back, half splits. We'll take 1 more each way. Inhale, rock forward. Exhale, sit back. Inhale as you walk forward into your low lunge. Exhale, simply plant your hands and step up to the top of your space. Once you've made it to the top, inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, root through your feet to rise. Reach all the way up to the ceiling. Exhale, forward fold. Sit your hips low, reach high, chair pose. We're in chair for just the inhale. As you exhale, lean and reach. Send your torso forward, fingertips back. Inhale, chair pose. Stay low in your hips. Exhale, lean and reach. 1 more time. Inhale, chair pose. This time as you exhale, we'll lean and reach, pause here, and you can stay here, or if you'd like to add on today, you can play with something called drinking bird. So what you would do is you would keep this lean, come up onto your tippy toes. As you bow your torso forward, send your fingertips up towards the sky, and you can keep your knees bent, or maybe practice slowly straighten your legs. Breathe deep, hug everything into midline, hug your heels in, hug your inner thighs. Full breath in. Exhale, chair pose. Big breath in. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands. Step or hop back. Maybe lower halfway through chaturanga. Maybe lower all the way down to your belly. Inhale as you take up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Full breath in. Full breath out. We're here for one more inhale. One more exhale. On your next inhale, send your right leg high. As you exhale, we'll set up for half pigeon. So bring your right shin forward. Extend your left leg back behind you. Come up onto your fingertips, get long through your spine. Think about pulling your right hip back, left hip forward. And you can simply bow forward if you'd like, or if you'd like to add on, maybe reach back and take a quad stretch. Regardless of which variation you decided to go to first, we'll all end in sleeping pigeon by bowing forward. And if at any point this is too uncomfortable for you for whatever reason, whether it's your hip, your knee, your ankle, feel free to lie on your back and take a figure 4 stretch instead. Full breath in. Full breath out. We'll spend a few more breaths here on this side. Start to slow your breath down. And then whenever you're ready, there's absolutely no rush. Gently unwind. You have the option of stepping back to plank and pushing yourself to down dog. Or if you'd like to take a flow, an option to take up dog or cobra, feel free to do that. And we all meet in downward facing dog. Once you've made it to your down dog, we'll take that on the other side. So on your next inhale, send your right leg high. Exhale, or your left leg high, sorry. Exhale, bring your left shin forward. And again, take the variation on this side that feels better for you. Maybe you skip the quad stretch, maybe you take it. And then make your way to sleeping pigeon by bowing forward. And again, you always have the option of taking a figure 4 stretch if that would feel better for you. Give yourself the opportunity to really surrender into this stretch. So notice where else you can let go, regardless of how intense this feels on your hip. So if you notice you're starting to scrunch up through your face or clench your jaw, gently release it. Breathe deep. Relax your shoulders away from your ears. Full breath in. Full breath out. One more full breath here. And then gently unwind. And again, you have the last option of maybe taking a flow to downward facing dog, or maybe simply press yourself back from plank, your choice. Once you've made it to down dog, on your next inhale, come up onto your tippy toes and look forward. And as you exhale, we'll step up to the top of our mat. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back, long spine. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, root through your feet to rise, reach all the way up. Exhale, bow forward. Inhale, halfway lift. As you exhale, we'll play with malasana. So heel toe your feet mat distance apart, maybe a little bit wider if that would be more comfortable for you. Bring your toes out, heels in. Sink into your hips for a deep squat. Bring your elbows inside of your knees, and you have the option of keeping your fingertips down, or maybe bring your hands to heart center. Whichever variation you decided to take, use your elbows to push your knees apart to create space through your hips. Roll your shoulders away from your ears. Think length through your spine. Full breath in. Full breath out. Maybe close your eyes, maybe sway from side to side if that would feel better for you. We're here for one more inhale. And then as you exhale, have a seat, and we're going to play with boat pose. So this will be our last core strengthener of the day. So bring your feet out in front of you. Knees stay bent, and you have a few options here. Start to engage from your belly, lean back. You can keep your arms by your sides and then maybe hover your shins off the mat. Or if you feel like you need a little bit of support, you can bring your toes down or maybe bring your fingertips back down behind you. Whichever variation you decided to take, think about rolling your shoulders away from your ears, crown of your head up towards the ceiling. Really draw your belly button to spine. Use the strength of your core to hold here. Breathe deep. And if you'd like to add on from this pose, maybe straighten your legs. Full breath in. Full breath out. One more full deep breath. As you exhale, gently release. Hug your knees in toward your chest. Make your way onto your back. Give yourself a tight squeeze. And then from here, we'll play with bridge pose. So plant your feet about hip distance apart with your knees bent. We'll start with our hands by our sides. Engage through your belly to protect your lower back, and then press through your heels to lift your hips up towards the ceiling. Really think length through your spine, so don't compress through your lumbar spine to create this motion. Really rely on the strength of your glutes. And then you can keep your hands by your sides, or if you'd like to add the bind, interlace your hands behind your back, and then gently roll one shoulder back at a time to open through your chest. If you took the bind, think about pressing your hands into the mat to help you lift into your bridge. Full breath in. Full breath out. One more big deep breath. As you exhale, gently release the clasp of your hands if you took it. Slow lower your legs down towards the mat, and then just windshield wipe your knees from left to right, starting to wring out your spine. And the next time your knees come through center, pause. We'll take a second round of bridge here, but if you'd like to add on this round, maybe once you've made it to your bridge, either keeping your hands by your sides or taking the bind. Once you've made it here, if you'd like to add on, maybe shift all of your weight into your toes and pause, lift your heels. Stay there for a breath. And then plant your heels and maybe shift all of your weight into your heels and lift your toes. Stay here for a breath. And then plant your feet fully. We still keep our bridge up high. Full breath in. Exhale, gently release your hips back down. And again, keep your feet where they are. And just windshield wipe your knees. And the next time your knees come through center, pause. And from here, we're going to take a pose called cow face. So you're going to keep your knees bent. Cross your left knee on top of your right, like you're sitting cross-legged. And then hug your thighs up toward your chest. This might be enough right here, and you'll feel a really deep stretch in the back of your left hip. Or if you'd like to add on, lift your head and shoulders, and you have a few options. You can grab the outer edges of your feet, which if you take that, flex your ankles up just to protect your joint, or maybe grab the outer edges of your ankles or maybe your shins, and then rest your head and shoulders back down onto the mat. You're probably going to feel a deeper sensation than you do in pigeon pose, and that's okay. Again, just meet those sensations with a deeper breath. Full breath in. Full breath out. One more full breath. And then gently release your legs down, but keep them crossed. And then let your legs fall over to the right for a supine spinal twist, but with your legs crossed. So it'll deepen the stretch a little bit more into your lower back. Roll your left shoulder back to stay open through your chest. Full breath in. Full breath out. And then from here, gently come through center, unwind. Hug your knees in toward your chest to reset your pelvis. And we'll just take that to the other side. So this time, cross your right ankle or your right knee on top of your left knee. Keeping your legs crossed, hug your thighs up toward your chest. And if this is enough, you can stay here or grab the outer edges of whatever feels best for you. Rest your head and shoulders down onto the mat. Relax your shoulders away from your ears. Slightly tuck your chin to stay long through your spine. Breathe into the back of your right hip. Full breath in. Full breath out. One last breath here. Release your legs back down towards the mat, but keep them crossed, and then this time they fall to the left. Roll your right shoulder back to stay open through your chest. Full breath in. As you exhale, gently release. Come through center, hug your knees in. Take a big breath in, and as you exhale, just extend your legs. Lie with your palms by your sides, palms facing up. Option to close your eyes. Take a full breath in, fill up your belly, feel your ribs expand, feel your chest rise. Big mouth exhale, let it all go. Rest in your Shavasana, and I will guide you out in a couple of minutes. In this small moment of stillness that you have throughout your day, if you notice that your mind is rushing to that next thing that you have waiting for you, draw your focus back inward towards your breath. Give yourself the opportunity to be nowhere else but within the four corners of your mat. Allow yourself to enjoy this small moment of peace and rest. Let it fill you up. Take a full breath in, fill up your belly. Full breath out, let it go. Let's do that again. Take a big breath in. Big breath out. And start to return to your natural breath. That effortless rhythm, those inhales and exhales that carry you from day to day. In your own time, whenever you feel ready to start waking up, maybe start to invite some small movements back into your body, wiggling your fingers and your toes, circling through your joints, your wrists, your ankles. Maybe rock your head from side to side. And then from here, I offer you a full body stretch, so extending your arms overhead. Actively reach for the wall above you with your fingertips and point your toes. Reach for the wall beneath you with your feet. Get as long as you possibly can, as if there's just two lines of energy pulling you in opposite directions. Take a full breath in. Exhale, hug your knees in towards your chest. Give yourself a tight squeeze. And in your own time, roll onto one side, right or left, your choice. And spend a full round of breath on your side before pressing yourself up to a comfortable seat. Once you've made it to your seat, option to bring your hands to your knees, or maybe bring your hands to heart center. You can close your eyes if you're comfortable doing so, or maybe just simply soften your gaze on the slope of your nose. And we'll end by taking a full round of breath. Take a big, life-giving inhale. And an equally powerful but cleansing exhale. Thank you so much for taking the time for yourself today. The light in me honors, reflects, and is ever appreciative of the light within you. Namaste.